Salute, salute, salute. What's happening? When I first heard this story, I remember in the Patreon, the brothers were sending me clips. They were sending me, articles about this situation. And in comment section, on the YouTube platform, they was like, "Hey, when you going to talk about this?" And the only reason why I didn't make a video about it is because I was paying attention. I was looking for something. I was looking for videos pointing something out, right? That's what I was looking for. And I was not seeing it. I was seeing the regular her being disrespectful. We already know how disrespectful they are. But I was seeing that. I was seeing how they was talking about her going over there and trying to tell them what to do. And one thing I wasn't seeing, what they were in they're calling her, not us, them. They're calling her an icon. This is insane. This is insane. But one thing I was not seeing was them calling her a predator. I wasn't seeing that. Why is she not labeled a predator? This is a 33-year-old woman going to check a 19-year-old in Pakistan.
You want sex, don't you?
Who he said catfished him. Of course, that's what they do, That's what they do. That's what they literally do online. And then the parents said, "No, that's not happening." Where was that label? We're watching dudes get labeled that's going overseas. These guys are like 24, 25. And they're going overseas to meet women in 24, 25. And they're being labeled predators. They're being labeled predators. We're watching dudes in their 30s going over. They're meeting, women 22, 23, and they being labeled predator. Why wasn't she labeled that? She's detained right now. We're going to get to that. But when brothers were telling me to do it, I was like, no, let me just watch. Because I realized in Pakistan, nothing, because brothers was saying, if she don't stop what she's doing, something's going to. No, once that camera got on her and, this story just circulated, went viral, nothing was going to happen to her. Pakistan, they said, you know what, the world is looking at us right now. So they gave her money, which is insane. They gave her money and put her on a plane. They gave her money, put her on a plane. So let's get to what happened. Here's where things get, a little strange, right? Not really strange, but difficult, because the problem with enabling this type of behavior, and we've said this for years, is that when you give them what they ask for, they don't stop the behavior. It just keep going on and on and on. You don't reward bad behavior. And this is what happened here. So, according to the Express Tribune, an American woman who has spent nearly 4 months in Pakistan fell in love with a Pakistan man, has been detained in Dubai after failing to board her flight to the United States. According to sources, Onijah Robinson departed from Jinnah International Airport on February 7th via flight EK 603 to Dubai, where she was scheduled to take EK 203 to New York. However, she did not board her connecting flight and instead remained in Dubai on an on-arrival visa. Her family in New York was expecting her arrival. But when she did not reach the U.S., authorities launched an inquiry. Reports suggest that after videos of her surfaced on social media, U.S. officials contacted authorities, leading to restrictions on her movement and eventual detention. You know what happened? She got to Dubai and she started acting up. She figured she don't want to come back to the States. She don't want to come back to the States. They gave her the money. She don't want to come back to the States. In the States over here, she's struggling. Like most of them.
Bombs.
She's struggling. New York City, she's struggling. Eviction. She got a history of she got a history of struggling. The eviction rates is high out there. The substance abuse is high. They're really down bad. New York City, there's no more middle class. There's no more middle class. They're turning it to either you're well off or either you're poor. And we know they're not well off. So her hearing about going back to the States, no. She don't want to go back home. She did the same thing in Dubai. And they detained her. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It says that despite being taken into protective custody, authorities face challenges in deporting her since she has not, since she is on a valid visa, she cannot be forcibly removed. She's on a valid visa, right? Additionally, airline officials are reportedly hesitant to allow her on a 15. Give me a second. Give me a second. Additionally, airline officials are reportedly hesitant to allow her on a 15-hour flight due to security concerns. Officials suggest that the only way forward is to convince her to board a flight voluntarily, which means she doesn't want to get on the plane. She don't want to get off the plane. She don't want to get on the plane. Excuse me. She don't want to get on the plane. She don't. What's going to happen when she gets off the plane? She goes back to being a nobody. The only reason why she ended up, catching attention in Pakistan, number one, it was her showing out. Number two, not many black people go to Pakistan. Not many black people go to Pakistan. They said it themselves. The sultans over there said, nah, we don't be having black people come over here. So you have a black woman that's over there acting up, yeah, she got some shine on her, some light on her. That's all they wanted. That's attention by any means. You got it. When they gave her that flight out and she went to Dubai, she realized, oh, that's about to go. She's going to go back to New York City and go right back to being a nobody struggling.
Bombs.
That's what happened. She got off, started acting up, and they detained her. And not only did they detain her, but they said, you know what? We're going to detain you so you don't do nothing that we can't let you go. We're going to detain you, and then we're going to put you on a plane to go back to New York. But no, she don't want to get back on a plane. That's why they say, they trying to get, she don't want, they want her to go voluntarily. She don't want to go voluntarily. They're trying to convince her to board a flight voluntarily. Why? Why are they trying to convince? Because she knows once she gets back to New York City, it's a Rizzy. Bars. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. She's going to get off the plane and go right back into poverty.
Poor, 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 poor.
When we say, poverty does not define who you are only if you're defeated by it. You got a lot of people that grew up in poverty. You got people that grew up in poverty and just refuse to be poor anymore. You got people that grew up in poverty and said, I don't care what it takes if I have to work 2-3 jobs. I'm just not going to be poor no more. I'm going to get a skill. I'm going to learn a skill. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get a trade. Whatever it is to take to get out of poverty, it doesn't define you. It only defines you when 10 years after you turn 20, you're still in poverty. 15 years, you're still in poverty. You're an adult now. You can't blame nobody else. You can't blame nobody else. I mean, if your parents were always in poverty, you can blame them for your upbringing, but now that you're older now, you can change that. Oh, it's going to be 10 times harder than somebody who didn't grow up in poverty, but you can change that. Many black men turned that around. Oh, it wasn't easy. But that was the challenging part. They took on a challenge. They took on a challenge. They like, you know what? I'm going to be something. I'm not going to let poverty define who I am. That's not what they do. Look what they do. Productive black men can't stand hearing somebody living off the government. They just can't. They don't see themselves living off the government. They don't. They don't like being told that their benefits is getting cut because they missed an appointment. No, they're not doing none of that. No, black men live off their own merit. No, I'm going out there. I'm going to work. I'm going to invest in some money. I'm going to create a business. I'm going to do whatever it takes in all different aspects and fields. I'm going to do whatever it takes. We live in a state where poor has always been a crime. Being poor is a crime. That's how we looked at it. We're not going to commit any more crime by being poor. That's how we looked at it. We looked at, being poor is a crime. So when you got her who go overseas, get your demands met, they gave us some money, you get on a plane, you don't look at that and say, you know what? This money right here, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to do something with it. No. She looks at it as, if I can do this here, I can do this somewhere else. And the support she's getting from this, is insane. It's not from us. This is what they want, is something for nothing. And that's the reason why they're at the bottom. Something for nothing. That's something for nothing. They never work. They never want to work hard at it. Why you think we're in a better position than them, black men? Think about it. It took us 20 years to build up what we have. 20 years. Think about it. Think about your profession. Think about your trade. Think about whatever it is you've been doing. It took us 20 years to build up what we have. You got a house, couple of cars, decent bank account. Got investments here and there. Got a retirement plan. Took us 20 years to build this. They want to get it. They want to get what you have by doing nothing, which is insane. 20 years. $20 years it took you to build up everything you have. And they want to get it for doing nothing. This is insane. You started 20, 18, 20. Now you're 38, 40. And they want everything that you have just by asking and demanding. Yeah, they're done out here.
It's a wrap.